G'day guys, so you want to know how to resurface a road. You're new to the game and this is your first time taking the contract on. Well, you've come to the right place. We're going to show you as quickly and as easily as possible how to resurface a road. We picked this contract up in the village. Now you'll notice I've done a few other contracts just to get the hang of things. And the first road contract I did, I was actually thrown for a loop. I thought it started where you spawn in, or where you quick travel to. It actually starts up here, and you'll notice there's a difference in the texturing of the asphalt. This is the old asphalt that needs to be ripped up. The stuff back there is perfectly good. Don't need to touch it. And you can see where the other construction light is down here. Well, that's where the job ends. Now, this is a lot more fun in multiplayer, and you can make a lot more money. Why? Well, we'll get to that in a second. It's all got to do with the disposal of the asphalt. In fact, you can make a ton more money if you've got somebody playing with you. However, I found that multiplayer isn't something a lot of people want to do. A lot of people are doing things on their own, and a lot of the multiplayer games are locked out. The ones that are available, it doesn't tell you what they're doing. Whenever I host a multiplayer game, I always let you know what the game is involved. So I tried hosting a multiplayer and I called it Building a House. Well, I actually had one person join and help me out. I had another one which which was Building a Pool, and we'll go into that one in a bit. And nobody joined that one. But you got to be real, I don't want to say careful. You got to treat people right, I find, in multiplayer. Because they do get some experience points in part of the contract, and they can definitely get skills that will help them level up. And if anyone is interested at all in multiplayer, leave a comment, and I'll let you know when and where I will be hosting a multiplayer game. It's the easiest way to learn. Anyway, so the first thing we need the asphalt plane. And the problem I first ran into was I was trying to use the plane, and like I said, back where we first load into the game, or load into the job site. So you actually have to pull right up to the ruined asphalt and turn the planer on. Now, I didn't think anything was happening because, well, it sat here when I finally figured out where I needed to position it, and it spewed out a tiny little bit of asphalt, but nothing else. So I was stuck. But you'll see that if we continue, it starts spewing asphalt into the middle of the road. Now this is where, as I said, you can make a lot of money, because if you have a dump truck, or you have somebody who's willing to drive the dump truck, they can actually drive a little bit ahead of the asphalt planer, collecting the used asphalt. It's not a very fast machine, just like in real life. So they just need to drive slowly and carefully. I have no idea how quickly the dump truck will fill up, because nobody has done multiplayer on this with me. I did a much smaller contract than this one. This one's worth, it's valuable. This is why I took it. It's worth almost $400,000 because it's a fairly big road section. So you just drive down the side of the road and it'll spew, like I said, it's asphalt out there. I really wish there was a dump truck to catch it, because I'm sure we would have filled the dump truck by now. Once you get to the end, it's either going to turn off or you can turn it off automatically. And you just drive it like you would any other vehicle. Since there is nobody, the left and right would obviously shoot it into a dump truck on the right hand side, but since there's nobody with me, there's no point in really changing sides. So we pull back up, we turn the planer back on, and away we go, back down. And it looks just like it does in real life. This is different than, the reason I say resurfacing a road in the video title is this is different than building a road. Building a road is a lot more complicated. However, I have also found that it pays about the same, believe it or not, depending on how long the stretch of road is. And we'll take a look at actually building a road in another video. So for those of you that are new to the game, and obviously here to learn how to do something, there are quite a few, once you've driven around the city, you can find quite a few jobs that involve asphalt. So you might not need the planer unless you're actually trying to rip up the road, but if you're doing a parking lot, you're repaving a road, you're building a road, and a couple of other jobs also require, I believe, you to lay asphalt. So asphalt equipment, again, depending on your playstyle, is definitely something that should, and you gotta be careful, should be in your inventory. Now, if you're more into house building, then obviously you're going to want a crane or something like that. I'm going to do another video on cranes and house building. But I'm going to finish up ripping off the surface of this road, and then we will go through stage 2. And stage 2 you probably already know how to do, but we'll go through it anyway. So let me finish up ripping up this part of the road, and then we will carry on with stage 2. Now, just bear in mind, before I switch over to the next stage, that the planer is pretty much as wide as your vehicle, so you don't want to leave a gap. You pretty much want to be right up at the edge. Otherwise, you're going to start leaving gaps. Not so important in easy and medium modes, but when you get to hard mode, I found, because I tried the hard mode for the money, and then boy does it pay, but boy does it take a long time. But hard mode pretty much wants you to do 100%, whereas easy and medium modes are a little bit more forgiving. Alright, I'm almost done with this, so let me finish up and we'll bring you back in for phase 2. All done. Unlike other jobs, this one doesn't give you, it lays out all 3 tasks at one turn. It does not tell you to clear the construction site, even though you need to. So we've cleared the construction site. Next, you'll need your asphalt paver. And I'm going to go right ahead and I'm going to put out the wings. Woo! Now, if you've watched my other beginner video, you'll notice when we were just getting started, we used a lot smaller paver. The Cat most CAD equipment's pretty much as big as you get in the game that I've found so far. But there is other equipment that has advantages and disadvantages. So basically you get set up. What I try and do is line the right side of the paver up with the edge of the road. Then you hit the asphalting on and off. And you just drive forward. And make sure you're at a good angle, especially if you're doing hard mode, because you don't want to be leaving gaps like I just left. Now, road paving resurfacing is fairly efficient, and you don't go through a ton of asphalt. But again, it's not the fastest vehicle in the world, so it will take a while. See, I'm kind of getting a little bit away from the edges there, at the right edge. I want to keep my right wing, if that's what you want to call it, right on the edge. And we're at 55%, so 58, 59, and 60. Turn off the paver because it's going to turn off automatically. Turn around and go back down. And just like at most track vehicles, turning this sucker is slow. Oh, and it looks like I left a little bit of a gap there, right at the end. One of the things I hate is doing jobs at nighttime. But I have seen one of the nice things about Astragon is that they do publish a roadmap, and one of the features they are looking to publish is the ability to skip nighttime, so you can do stuff during the day. And coffee breaks. I'm not sure how that's going to affect multiplayer. The other thing, and I left a suggestion, I got that might be an idea in the forums regarding this job, is that they allow an AI worker to drive the dump truck. Whether that will get implemented or not, I don't know. And I'm out of asphalt. If you don't know how to fill asphalt, you either need the asphalt dumper, take it to the quarry, and you can fill it there. In fact, let me do that. I'll meet you at the quarry. Now, something to bear in mind is we started off, I purchased less asphalt than I thought I needed when I dumped it in there. So I'm only going to buy that much. Because we were so close to being done. I really can't see us needing any more asphalt than this. And once we're back at the job site, just back up. Be careful backing up because it has a habit of rolling quite far. The only reason I purchased this a little bit is I'm not too upset if I have to return the equipment with a little bit left in it. Right. that should be plenty to finish up the job. I just need to pull out of the way. Make sure you have room. You can always pull up onto the sidewalk. I can see people complaining, but it is a construction zone and the sidewalk is already taken up by lights and stuff. And I might as well walk you through the rest of this. See, we're at 90%. We got, actually, I wish I paid more attention to that. We have more asphalt than we will need. And there we go. So we can sell it and get $1,179 back. I'm gonna leave that for now because I did pick up another job too. Well, or I'm picking up another job, I should say, which is going to be building a parking lot, and I know I'm going to need asphalt. Third and final stage, and I'm sure you are familiar with how compactors work. If you've worked through the tutorial by now, this works just like a soil compactor. It's a little well, they're both actually pretty finicky devices. You kind of almost need to, well, the regular compactor doesn't need to have both sides on it. This one kind of wants to be completely over the asphalt when you start compacting. And all you do is you just like compacting the soil at the hotel or the gravel at the hotel during the introduction. You just drive back and forth and pave the road or flatten the road. So I'll see you guys when this is done, because this is by far the most time-consuming part of the whole job. Okay, we're back. We're at 96%, so by the time we get to the end, we will probably be at 100%. As I said, the rest of the jobs, they just kind of complete. You'll notice the road is completely asphalted. Kind of like how the road just got completely flattened here, but it's going to tell you to clear the construction site after you've done compacting. It's the only time it's going to actually tell you to clear the construction site, unlike most other jobs. Now, by now, at this point, I would recommend you look at returning your equipment. But like I said, my next job I'm picking up is a parking lot, and I think I will need this equipment, so I don't know whether it's worth renting it again. Oh, and of course, all the way at the other end. Speak with the foreman. Once you've done the first chapter, you don't really get to speak to Happy again. Or Happa. And that's the road job done. I'm guessing because you're in the village there's no lines. Oh, this looks like it needs work down here. So that might become the next job. Anyway, that's all there is to it. That's all there is to paving. If you have any questions, sound off in the comments. If you found this video useful, please give it a like. And if you so choose to do, please subscribe for more how-to videos on Construction Simulator. Thanks for watching. Jay.